Welcome, I'll be reacting to Star Trek The Animated Series, Season 1, Episode 6. This is not a market substitute. Support the original on Paramount+. Engage.
Which has fallen victim to a meteor swarm.
Ew.
Sensors indicate the occupant is still alive. Have you identified the vessel, Mr. Spock?
Yes, Captain. The vessel is registered to Carter Winston.
That's impossible, Spock. Carter Winston's been missing over 5 years. Incredible.
Very dapper.
It is him.
Carter Winston.
Lieutenant Ann Norrid of our security detail.
My fiancée? Anne's aboard this starship?
We will notify her as soon as we've verified your credentials, Mr. Winston. If you have
Indeed.
your identity tapes with you.
Spock, of all the cold-blooded, inhospitable requests I've ever heard.
He's being logical.
All licenses and registration in order.
Visual display of owner.
Could be a clone.
I'm changed. First, there was surgery, skin graft, regrowth of bone. After they put me together, they assigned one of their people to me, and he nursed me back to health.
He's being really nice to her, though, considering everything that he's been through. It must be hard for them both.
It's here somewhere. He doesn't think there's anything left in your ship except
That's
scrap metal.
not good. Oh my. Ah.
Well, I can't find anything wrong with these.
Has to be our era. Come on, we'll start from the beginning, and this time we're going to find the answer.
At least Bones is being thorough.
That was the order, helmsman.
But sir, if we're caught there, the Romulans can confiscate the ship. The treaty...
I know the terms of the treaty, Mr. Sulu, and
The captain's course change has taken us deep into the Romulan neutral zone. Is something wrong, Captain?
I'm not
Is
sure.
this the real captain?
I went down to my quarters to dictate the accident report, and I seem to have fallen asleep. We have no authorization to enter it. Did you order a course change, Spock?
No, sir.
Put the ship on yellow alert.
I was just finishing the test I ran on you.
Not great.
I don't think... Well, I'm sure he'd like to feel the same way about you, Anne. But that may be impossible. 5 years, that's a long time. People change.
He's the gentlest, most thoughtful man I've ever known.
Yes, but my dear, if he doesn't want you, and he has asked you to forget him, then I suggest you take that as an honest concern for you and do it. I must have taken a little nap.
Doctor, you are a man of curious habits, but I have never known you to nap on the laboratory floor.
Something's going on.
There's
Come
something
on, figure
wrong
it
with
out.
this room. It will burn through almost anything but this crystal. If you've never seen it work, I'll demonstrate on you.
I saw that, but I don't believe it.
A Vendorian, Doctor. Their planet is quarantined, and few people ever do see them. Put me on ship's
Could be
audio.
anything or anyone now.
All security teams. Intruder.
It isn't hard to guess who the intruder is. You're the only stranger aboard, Carter.
I know it's hard for her when he's in that form, but you've got to do your job.
I knew he had to be the intruder, Captain. But I couldn't harm the image of the man I loved.
Lieutenant, he is not the man you loved. Carter Winston is dead.
I know that, too. Now.
Once out of our sight, he can become anyone or anything.
It was her fault, too. I mean, on the one hand, I get it. That would be extremely disturbing to see him in that form. But she's a security officer. She should know better. She's trained for situations like this. And that was a bit of a slip-up.
Open a hailing frequency, Lieutenant Ress.
Hailing frequency open, sir. They're waiting for us.
Captain, you are outnumbered, outgunned, and in the wrong.
We are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned.
We gotta make an all-out stand. Hey, yo, I'm gonna need a right-hand man.
How could we lure a Starfleet vessel into the neutral zone?
Through the use of a spy using the human form of Carter Winston.
A spy? Come now, Captain. Your imagination is creative, but obviously out of control.
What are you doing?
How long will it take to fix?
2 hours, at least.
Get on it.
You're not getting past me this time. I've learned my lesson.
Yes. He said you were like that. Practical as well as warm and lovely.
Just shoot him.
He lived for almost a year before his body ceased to function.
You are so much like him.
The longer we stay in another's form, the more we take on its memory, emotion, attitudes. Not totally, but a great deal as time passes.
He did say he loved me.
As I do. In a sense, I feel some of the emotions he felt. Can you love this?
The deflector shields are coming up again.
That's only one shield.
Yes, sir. But it is between us and the Romulans.
Mr. Sulu, aim for the propulsion units of the lead Romulan vessel.
One would have to assume he could become a deflector shield.
Will someone tell me what's going on?
He saved them. Well, maybe she's into tentacles. You don't know. Give it a chance.
Mr. Scott.
He loved Anne. I couldn't allow the Romulans to harm any of you because of him.
I understand. In the meantime, I'm afraid I'll have to keep you under guard. I think we've had enough of that little trick.
Captain, could you assign me that duty?
But you've seen me. You know what I am.
Form doesn't seem terribly important to me. As Carter Winston,
See? She
I'm
likes
even
you.
just part of him. There's a better life for you than anything the Romulans might offer. Can we talk about that?
I don't
Told
know.
you she liked
I-
tentacles.
You have the guard detail, Lieutenant.
If he'd turned into a second Spock, it would have been too much to take.
Perhaps. But then two Dr. McCoys just might bring the level of medical efficiency on this ship up to acceptable levels.
Ooh, those two are so fun. I really enjoyed the twist with this episode. I knew there was something off, but I did not imagine it would be a shape-shifting alien. The design of that particular alien reminded me a lot of the Thermians in Galaxy Quest. It's amazing that they managed to portray a rather intense romance in half an hour while still maintaining the overall integrity of the show and not making us feel like, oh, it's turned into this romantic story. I think they did a really good job balancing a typical Star Trek episode with this sort of epic romance plot going on. I think this is the first TAS episode where I would have really loved to see this live action. I enjoy animated things, but I find that I have a little bit more trouble connecting with them sometimes. I'm really just more of a live action fan. And this particular story was so emotional and intimate that I feel like it would have been better in TOS. That's just my opinion. I really thought this was well done and compelling as a story. It's always interesting to see the neutral zone and what's going on politically with the Romulans. So I thought this was another solid episode of Star Trek, which continues to be excellent. So if the love of your life died, but a part of them lived on in basically an octopus, what would you do? Would you just mourn them and move on, or would you see how it goes with the octopus? And that's a tricky question. I honestly don't know how I would react. Until next time, never give up, never surrender.